Festival, and I'm here with Alan Raw to talk about the BBC Introducing Stage. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm having a great time watching lots of bands and introducing them all on the stage. It's great fun.
Now, how do the young bands cope with this sort of thing? It's quite a big deal for them. Are their nerves rumbling throughout?
It's scary as hell. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know why they put themselves through it. Why would you want to do that? But they're doing okay. Yeah, the first band on today was a band called Glassbody, who have won the Centre Stage competition to raise money for Martin House Children's Hospice. I got the T-shirt. Everyone should get one. And they've raised a lot of money, and they won at the O2 Academy competition to be on the stage. And then, of course, this morning, the full realisation of that sort of hit home. They're very, very young, and they were opening the stage at Leeds Festival.
Deal.
It is a big deal, but they did a really good job of it. You'd think that they were a touring band who'd been doing it for years once they got on the stage, and now they can go to Reading with a lot more confidence. And this, you know, this BBC Introducing Stage and what we do here, that's what it's all about. Giving bands a bit more confidence, getting them their first start, giving them a chance to play maybe on the main stage next year.
I was going to say that because there's a lot of bands on the bill here this year that we saw on the Introducing Stage, like Don Broco. They've moved on to another stage. I think Spectre as well, Pulled Apart by Horses.
Yeah.
So it must be great for you to see them progress as well.
It is fantastic. Pulled Apart by Horses are a band who I put on the stage here. I picked them to go on years ago, and they played, they were fantastic, and since then they've played every stage here and opened the main stage today. Well, that's a progression route, isn't it? It's fantastic. And they've done little interviews with me and stuff since, and they've kept their humility, you know, and they're really grateful for being involved in it all, and they come back and they do things for us. So they did a little introducing show recently in Yorkshire with Zane Lowe and Hugh Stevens, and came and did a live gig, just as a bit of a thank you, really.
That's lovely. And what do you think about the UK music scene in general? Do you think there are a lot of young bands coming through now that are making the music scene look really positive?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, we have a thing called the BBC Introducing Uploader, which is dead useful. It's applied a structure where there really wasn't any. You know, if this was football we were talking about, there would be you know, talent scouts and sort of small clubs and small leagues, and then you work your way up, and then eventually someone spots you, and then loads of people give you money and sponsor you. Music doesn't work like that. You know, it's a lot of luck involved, and a lot of bands just never get heard. And BBC Introducing's Uploader gives them a chance to be heard, so all they have to do is send like an MP3 from their computer in their bedroom to our computer, and we can hear it, no CDs or covers required. Yeah. We can hear it, and if we love it, then we can tell loads of other people about it. At the press of a button, I can tell 30 other introducing shows. So
easy.
Yeah, and then they get to a masterclass, or they get played on a stage like this, and we give them the opportunity, and it's a way of finding talent that was always there. Yeah. It's always been there. It's just we weren't able to show everybody it. You know, we couldn't find it.
It's giving them the audience, basically, isn't it?
I don't think there's loads more talent and loads more bands. I just think we know where they are now. Yeah. That's what it is.
Social media and internet has helped in that way.
Somewhat. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And there's masses of quality music that we just are not going to get a chance to have on. Yeah. So I could have filled that stage 30 times, you know, maybe more, with brilliant bands of equal quality.
Maybe you should have multiple stages next year, perhaps.
Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Could you fix that for us?
I don't think I have the power, but I would if I could.
Oh, no. Yeah, if you could sort that out for next time, maybe speak to a few people.
I'll
speak to your people, and we'll speak to ours. And
yeah, we'll sort it out.
That'd be cool. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Now, you touched on the charity earlier. Can you tell me a bit more about it and how people can get involved with it?
I'd love to tell you more about it, if that's okay. It's great. It's this thing called Centre Stage, which is a competition for young bands in the Leeds area around here. Each band raises money, about £1,000, or maybe well, 3,000 in one band's case, for Martin House Children's Hospice, and then they get to be in the competition, and then they get to play O2 Academy for the final, and I was lucky enough to host it, so I saw them all, and they were brilliant. Now, what happens is, basically, it's young people helping young people, and that's what's good about it. So all these bands, they're not doing it to get on air. If you speak to the bands, they're very, very enthusiastic about the work that Martin House is doing for kids with life-limiting illnesses. And they feel like they are making a really positive contribution to people of their own age who are in a much more difficult situation than they're in. And it's good for everybody. It works for the bands, it works for the young people. And Martin House have to raise so much money to be able to stay operational, because they don't get the big funding. They have to get it themselves. So I know there's a lot of people getting involved in helping them now. And the wonderful Tony Cook from Scream has put this idea together with his colleagues Scott and the others from Scream to have a charity auction. and they're getting all the bands. In fact, he just told me about 5 minutes ago he's now managed to get something from all of the bands that are playing the main stage.
Well, that's amazing.
And they're all going to auction it off after the festival and raise loads of money. And when we were hosting the final, Melvin Benn turned up unexpectedly, came on the stage and said, "We'd like to back this for another 3 years," which is just brilliant.
Well, it's all going very well. It's going in the right direction.
Certainly
So keep up the good work.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for talking to me.
Hey, you're welcome.